You have just received a golden envelope. On the front, written in glowing letters, it says, Heaven Bank, Payment Order. Amount, $11 million. Recipient, you. You're about to touch it, but before your fingers reach, a deep voice whispers, You have one chance. If you open this, your life will change forever. If you skip it, every dollar you own will vanish. This is not a warning. This is a countdown. A clock starts ticking in your head. Faster, louder. Your phone vibrates. A message appears. Heaven Bank has issued a payment transfer to your name. Code expires in 45 minutes. Do not ignore. Your lights flicker. A white feather falls in front of you. Another message. You are being watched. Your heart races. The envelope is now on your desk, even though you left it on the floor. A loud bang outside. A black car speeds away. Someone inside was staring at you. The voice returns. This is not money from this world. This is heaven's final payment order for you. Skip this, and your entire fortune will vanish. The envelope feels warm in your hand. Do you open it, or do you run? You hear this message, and you are not ready for what it says. Heaven Bank has just issued a payment order for $11 million in your name. Not one, not two, but $11 million. And it comes with a warning. If you skip this, if you ignore this, you will lose every single penny you own. Your accounts emptied, your cards useless, your cash gone. The voice in the message is not human. It feels too deep, too powerful, as if it is speaking straight into your soul. It repeats, Open it now, right now. Your hands shake. You can almost hear a clock ticking in the background, each tick louder than the last, each second pulling you closer to a deadline you don't understand. Your phone vibrates again. It's a new message from an unknown number. It says, This is your last chance. Code expires in 45 minutes. Do not ignore. Your chest feels heavy. You look around the room. Nothing seems wrong, but the air feels different, as if someone or something is here with you. And then it happens. A single white feather floats down in front of your eyes. You don't know where it came from. You live alone. The windows are closed. There are no birds. Before you can think, another message appears. It says, You are being watched. You glance at the window, and for a split second, you see movement. A black car parked across the street. The windows tinted so dark you can't see who's inside. But you know they're watching you. The phone rings. Unknown caller. You let it ring once, twice. Then it stops. Immediately after, a voice speaks from somewhere behind you, not from your phone, from the room itself. It says, This money is not from this world. This is heaven's payment order for you. Skip this, and every coin, every note, every dollar you have will disappear forever. You turn around. No one is there.
But the golden envelope is now sitting on your desk, even though you know you left it on the floor. You step closer. Your heartbeat is so loud it's all you can hear. The envelope is glowing faintly, and when you touch it, it's warm. The voice speaks again, slower this time. Open it, now. You freeze. Do you trust it? Do you dare open it? Or do you run?
Your fingers tighten around the golden envelope. It is warm, almost alive. You can feel something pulsing inside, like a heartbeat. The air around you is no longer still. It's charged, as if invisible electricity is running through it. The ticking in your head grows louder. 40 minutes left. The voice returns. This is your destiny. Do not delay. You take a deep breath and slowly tear the top of the envelope. A strange light spills out, soft but impossibly bright. For a moment, your room disappears. You're standing in an endless white space. No walls, no floor, no ceiling, just light. Everywhere. In front of you appears a figure, tall, cloaked in gold, but their face is hidden. In their hands they hold a black book bound with a golden lock. They speak without moving their lips. Your account in the Heaven Bank is ready. $11 million transferred to your name. But there is a price. You try to ask what the price is, but your voice doesn't work here. The figure continues. You must make one decision in the next 39 minutes. Accept, and you will never worry about money again. Reject, and you will lose not only what you have, but what you might have had. The light begins to flicker. In the distance, shadows are moving. They are not human. Their shapes twist and bend in ways your eyes can barely follow. And with every flicker, they get closer. The figure steps forward, placing the black book in your hands. The golden lock clicks open by itself. Inside are numbers, account numbers, passwords, codes, each one glowing like it's written in fire. You flip a page and freeze. On the next sheet is your full name, your birth date, every detail of your life, even your thoughts, written down in exact order. Then the pages turn by themselves, faster, faster, until it stops on one sentence. You will be tested. The light around you fades. You're back in your room. The envelope is gone, but in your hand is the black book. Your phone vibrates again. One message. It says, "Your first test begins now." And then the power in your house goes out. Darkness. Complete, suffocating darkness. The silence is so heavy you can hear your own pulse pounding in your ears. Your phone screen lights up. One new message. It says, "Test 1. Find the feather." You blink. The feather? Before you can even think, you hear something upstairs. A slow, dragging sound, like someone pulling a heavy bag across the floor. But you know you are alone. The voice in your head whispers, "Time is running out. 35 minutes remain." You grab a flashlight. It flickers weakly, as if something doesn't want you to see. You take one cautious step, then another, toward the stairs. The sound stops. Now there is only breathing, not yours. Low, deep, deliberate breathing. Your heart pounds harder. You climb the stairs, one by one. Halfway up, you see it. A small, white feather lying on the step. But it is glowing faintly, and it is warm. Your phone vibrates. The same unknown number sends a new message. It says, "Good. Now bring it to the door." You swallow hard. The air is colder now, the kind of cold that makes your breath visible. You pick up the feather, and instantly, a rush of memories you never lived flashes in your mind. A golden bank vault, stacks of money, a signature, yours, on a document you don't remember signing. You reach the front door. The moment you touch the handle, the feather bursts into golden dust, and the door swings open by itself. Outside is not your street. It is a long, endless marble hallway. On both sides are doors, hundreds of them, each with a number carved in glowing gold. The voice returns. Each door is a test. Pass them all, and the 11 million is yours. Fail, and you lose everything. A deep bell rings in the distance. The numbers on the doors begin to change rapidly until one stops glowing. It reads, Door 07. Your phone buzzes again. It says, Enter now. You step toward door 07. Your hand reaches for the knob, and just before you open it, you hear a faint voice from the other side whispering your name.
You freeze. That voice. It said your name. Not just your name, but in the exact tone your mother used when she woke you up as a child. Except your mother is miles away, and you never told anyone about this tone. The hallway is silent again. Only the faint hum of golden light in the walls surrounds you. You swallow hard and slowly turn the handle. The door opens with a heavy creak, and what you see is impossible. It's your childhood home, exactly as it was years ago. The same old furniture, the same smell of morning tea, the same dusty sunlight through the curtains. On the table, a single plate of your favorite breakfast, steam rising as if it was just cooked. You step inside cautiously. The moment your foot touches the floor, the door slams shut behind you. You rush back, but there's no handle now, only a flat wall. The voice returns. Test 1 begins here. Find the truth. You look around. Everything feels too real. You touch the table, the chair, the walls. It's all solid. But then you notice something strange. Every clock in the house is frozen at the exact same time, 3:07 a.m. From the kitchen, footsteps. Slow, steady, deliberate. You step back. The figure that walks out is wearing your father's clothes, but when it looks up at you, it has no face. Just a smooth, blank surface where eyes, nose, and mouth should be. It tilts its head, and in that same motherly tone, it says your name again.
Your phone buzzes. A new message. It says, "Don't believe it." The faceless figure steps closer. Its movements are slow, but its presence is crushing, like the air is being squeezed from your lungs. In its hand is another white feather, but this one is blackened at the edges, as if burned. The voice in your head whispers, "Take the feather or you fail." You reach for it, but just before you touch it, the figure grabs your wrist, and suddenly the room changes. The walls melt away into darkness. You're standing on the edge of a cliff. Far below, endless water churns violently. The faceless figure is still holding your wrist, but now it's trying to push you over the edge. The phone vibrates again. The message says, "This is not your father. Fight, or you lose everything."
The wind howls around you, cold, sharp, almost cutting your skin. The faceless figure's grip on your wrist is like iron. You try to pull away, but its strength is unnatural. The cliff beneath your feet crumbles slightly, pebbles falling into the roaring ocean far below. The voice in your head shouts, 30 minutes left. Pass this test, or the 11 million is gone." The faceless figure tilts its head again, and in that same soft, motherly tone, it says, "Just let go. It will be easier." But you know, if you fall, the game is over. Everything gone. You force yourself to focus. In its other hand, the black-edged feather still glows faintly. You realize that's the key. If you can take it, maybe the test ends. The figure tightens its grip, trying to push you closer to the edge. The wind gets stronger. Your heart races. Your mind is screaming at you to act. Now. You take a deep breath, and instead of pulling away, you step forward into its space, catching it off guard. With your free hand, you snatch the feather from its grip. Instantly, the figure lets out a low, distorted sound, half a scream, half static. Its faceless head twists unnaturally. Then it starts to fade, piece by piece, into golden dust, until there's nothing left. The cliff, the wind, the ocean, all vanish. You're back in the marble hallway. The black-edged feather rests in your palm. It's warm, pulsing, as if live. Your phone buzzes. A message appears. It says, "Test 1, passed. Credit added, $1 million. Balance, 10 million remaining." Before you can breathe in relief, another bell tolls in the distance. Every door number changes again, and one begins to glow bright red. It reads, "Door 14. The voice returns, "Test 2 will be harder." The feather in your hand burns suddenly, forcing you to drop it. When it hits the ground, it bursts into flames, and from those flames, you hear faint whispers calling your name. The red glow from door 14 is so intense, it almost hurts your eyes. Every other door in the marble hallway fades into shadow, as if the entire place is forcing you toward it. Your phone vibrates. A single message. It says, "Enter now, or the balance resets to 0." You take a slow step forward. Your shoes echo loudly against the floor, each sound stretching longer than it should, as if time itself is bending here. The closer you get, the heavier the air becomes. It's harder to breathe. Your chest tightens. Your heartbeat matches the deep toll of a bell in the distance. You reach the door.
The number 14 flickers. For a split second, it changes to your birth date, then back to 14. Your hand touches the handle. It's ice cold. So cold it burns your skin. The voice in your head says, "You may not return the same." You turn the handle slowly. The door swings open, and an overwhelming wave of heat hits you. On the other side is a long, dimly lit corridor. The walls are made of black stone, and faint orange cracks glow like veins of lava. The air smells of smoke and something older, something metallic, like blood. You step inside. The door slams shut behind you. The sound echoes endlessly. When you look back, there is no door anymore, only the same black stone wall. Ahead, at the far end of the corridor, a figure sits at a massive table. Its body is thin, impossibly tall. Its skin cracked like old marble, with faint red light seeping from the lines. It has no eyes, only deep, empty sockets that seem to swallow light. On the table in front of it, 2 piles. On one side, a stack of gold coins shining brightly. On the other, a thick bundle of burning black feathers. The figure speaks in a voice that seems to scrape against your bones. Choose. One will increase your wealth. The other will take something from you. Your phone buzzes. A message. It says, "One pile is a lie. Choose wrong and you lose more than money." The figure leans forward. Its long, cracked fingers tap the table, waiting.
The figure's tapping grows louder, sharper. Each sound echoes through the corridor like a countdown. Tick, tick, tick. Your throat is dry. Your mind races. Gold coins or burning feathers. Both could be a trap. Both could be the key. You close your eyes, trying to hear beyond the silence. And then a faint whisper. It's the same voice from the very first envelope. It says, "The light is not always the truth." You open your eyes. The gold coins gleam brightly, but somehow they feel wrong. Too perfect, too clean. Not a single mark, not a single scratch. You glance at the feathers. They're black, edges glowing red, but in the faint flicker of light, you think you see something carved into them. Words, tiny golden letters. You lean closer. They read, "Only the brave can hold me." The figure's voice rattles the air. Choose now. Your phone buzzes. It says, 15 seconds left. Your heartbeat roars in your ears. 10 seconds. You reach out. 7 seconds. Your fingers hover over the feathers. 5 seconds. The heat burns your skin. 3 seconds. You grab them. Instantly, the corridor explodes with light. The gold coins vanish in a burst of black smoke, revealing nothing but a pit of writhing shadows where they sat. The feathers in your hand cool instantly. They are no longer burning. They are pure white, glowing softly, pulsing like a heartbeat. The figure tilts its head slowly. Then it speaks. You chose well. Your balance increases. Your phone vibrates. It says, "Credit added. $2 million. Balance, 3 million, complete. The figure fades into dust. The walls dissolve, and you are back in the marble hallway. This time, 3 doors begin to glow: 07, 21, and 33. The voice whispers, "One will reward you. One will curse you. One will end the game entirely." The glowing numbers flicker. Your phone buzzes. It says, "Choose carefully."
The marble hallway stretches endlessly before you. The silence is thicker now, heavier, almost pressing on your skin. 3 doors glow faintly ahead: 07, 21, 33. You stand frozen, staring at them. The air around each one feels different. Door 07 gives off a strange warmth, like standing in sunlight. Door 21 radiates cold, sharp air that stings your skin. Door 33 feels wrong. Not hot, not cold, just hollow. Your phone buzzes. A message appears. It says, "One will reward you. One will curse you. One will end the game." Your breath catches. You remember, the voice said there is always a price for more money. But what if the price is your life? You take a step toward door 07. The golden floor beneath you changes. Your reflection twists. For a split second, you don't see yourself. You see a lifeless body lying in a dark room. You stumble back. Your pulse races. You move toward door 21. The cold grows stronger. Your teeth chatter. And in the frost that forms on the wall, you see a single word written: test. You turn toward door 33. The hollow air is unsettling. The number flickers. For an instant, it changes into the word end. Your phone vibrates violently. It says, 30 seconds left to choose. You try to listen. Somewhere, faintly, you hear the whispering voice again. It says, "Not all warmth is safe. Not all cold is danger." Your mind spins. 20 seconds. You remember the feather test. The obvious choice was a trap. 15 seconds. Your heart pounds. You step toward the cold. 10 seconds. Your hand reaches for the handle of door 21. The metal is freezing, but it doesn't burn. 5 seconds. You turn the handle. A blast of icy wind hits you, and suddenly you are standing in a vast frozen chamber. Icicles hang from a ceiling so high you can't see it, and in the center, a massive golden vault. Your phone buzzes. It says, "Correct choice. Proceed to unlock the vault if you can survive the Guardian." From the shadows behind the vault, you hear a deep, rumbling growl.
The growl grows louder. It's deep, primal, the kind of sound that makes your stomach twist. The frozen air becomes sharper, cutting into your skin. Your breath forms thick clouds in front of your face. The golden vault towers before you. Its surface is covered in strange symbols that seem to move when you're not looking. The handle is massive, carved from pure ice. From the shadows, it steps forward. The Guardian. At first, you think it's a giant wolf, but as it moves closer, you see it's something far worse. Its body is covered in jagged ice like armor. Its eyes burn with an unnatural blue fire. Its teeth long and gleaming, each one dripping with frost. Every step it takes sends a deep crack through the ice beneath your feet. Your phone vibrates. A message appears. It says, "You cannot kill it. You can only outsmart it." The guardian stops a few feet away. Its breath is cold enough to sting your face. It lowers its head, growling so deeply the air itself seems to shake. You glance at the vault. 3 locks, each one glowing a different color: gold, silver, and black. The voice in your head whispers, "1 lock opens the vault, 1 frees the guardian, 1 destroys the money." Your pulse races. The guardian takes a slow step toward you. Its claws scrape against the ice, sending a screech echoing through the chamber. Your phone buzzes again. It says 30 seconds before the guardian attacks. You try to think. Gold lock? Too obvious. Silver lock? Too safe. Black lock? Too dangerous. 20 seconds. The guardian's icy breath grows heavier. Your heart is pounding so hard you can barely hear your own thoughts. 15 seconds. You notice something on the ice near your feet. A white feather, frozen inside. Its tip is blackened, just like the one from the first test. 10 seconds. You kneel quickly, smashing the ice to grab it. The moment you touch the feather, the black lock on the vault glows brighter. 5 seconds. You place the feather into the black lock. It clicks. The vault door creaks open just enough for light to spill out, and the guardian stops. It steps back slowly, eyes locked on you. Then it sinks into the ice and vanishes. Inside the vault, piles of gold shimmer endlessly, but right in the center lies a small golden key. Your phone buzzes. It says, "Credit added, $2 million. Balance complete, $5 million." The vault fades away. You are back in the marble hallway, but this time the walls are covered in cracks, and from somewhere deep below you hear the sound of rushing water. The voice returns. "Time is running out."
The cracks in the marble walls spread slowly at first, then faster, like a web of lightning crawling through stone. Dust falls from above. The once perfect golden floor trembles beneath your feet. The sound of rushing water grows louder. Not just louder, closer. It's as if an ocean is roaring toward you from somewhere deep below. Your phone vibrates violently in your hand. The message reads, "Structural integrity compromised. Complete remaining tests before collapse." Your heart slams against your ribs. You glance around. The endless hallway is no longer endless. Far away, where the walls fade into light, you now see darkness creeping in, swallowing the corridor door by door. The voice in your head speaks, urgent, faster than before. The Heaven Bank is sinking. If the last door closes, your account is erased forever. You take a deep breath, forcing yourself to move forward. But as you step, the marble floor shifts slightly. A deep crack slices across it, separating you from the next glowing door. The rushing water below becomes deafening. Through the crack, you glimpses of it dark, endless water, swirling violently, as if it's waiting to drag you under. Your phone buzzes again. New message. It says, "Door 19 will lead you forward. Door 27
will trap you. You scan the hallway ahead. Both doors are glowing faintly in the distance. But there's something else. Between you and them, shadows. At first, you think they're just flickers from the cracks in the walls. But then they move. And when they move, they whisper your name over and over. The whispers grow louder until they form full sentences. They speak your secrets, things no one knows, things you've never told a soul. Your chest tightens, your steps slow, and then one of the shadows rises from the ground, tall, thin, with arms far too long. It steps toward you, its body flickering like smoke, and in its hand, a black coin. The voice in your head hisses, "Take it, and you can skip the next test, but it will cost you something." You hesitate. The crack in the floor widens with a loud snap. Chunks of marble fall away, plunging into the dark water below. Your phone buzzes again. It says, 2 minutes before collapse reaches this section. Your mind races. Do you take the coin, risking what it might cost? Or do you push past the shadow toward door 19? The shadow's empty eyes lock on yours. It tilts its head slowly, and in a voice that's almost kind, it says, "You won't survive without me." The water below surges louder, splashing up through the widening cracks. The air smells of salt and rust. The hallway groans like a ship about to break apart. You grip your phone tighter. Your breathing quickens. One choice, and the next moment could either bring you closer to 11 million or end everything.
The shadow stands motionless, holding out the black coin. It doesn't blink. It doesn't breathe. It only waits, as if it already knows your decision. Your heart is pounding so hard, it feels like the walls can hear it. The coin gleams faintly in the dim golden light of the hallway. Its surface is smooth, too smooth, almost like it's made from something older than metal itself. The voice in your head returns, softer this time, almost tempting. One touch, and the next test is gone. You could be closer to the final reward, but you will give me something in return. You feel the floor tremble under your feet again. A marble tile slips away into the dark water below. The rushing sound grows louder. The smell of the ocean becomes sharper, mixed with something rotten. Your phone buzzes in your hand. The message reads, 1 minute before collapse reaches your location. You step forward cautiously. The shadow tilts its head and lowers the coin into your palm. It's cold. Not the kind of cold you feel on your skin, but the kind of cold that seeps into your bones. The moment your fingers close around it, the coin melts. It turns into a thick black liquid that seeps into your skin. It burns. You gasp, but it's too late. It's already inside you. The shadow smiles. It's the first time you've seen it move its face. Its teeth are long, too long, each one gleaming like polished bone. Your phone buzzes. The message says, "Test skipped. Credit added. $1 million. Balance, 6 million complete." But then a second message appears immediately after. It says,
Debt registered. Payment due. Later. You look up. The shadow is gone. The floor beneath you shifts again, forcing you to run. You leap over a widening crack. Your foot slips, but you manage to grab the edge of the golden floor just before falling into the raging water. Your arms strain as you pull yourself up. Your heart is racing. You sprint toward door 19. Every step sends echoes through the collapsing hallway. Doors slam shut one by one behind you, swallowed by the advancing darkness. You reach door 19 just as a massive section of the floor drops into the water. You throw the door open and step into silence. A small, dimly lit room. No cracks, no water, just a single wooden table, and on it, a chessboard. The voice in your head says, "The next move will decide more than money." Your phone buzzes. The message reads, "Opponent arriving now." You turn. From the far corner of the room, the same shadow from before steps out of the darkness. This time, it's smiling wider. The air in the small room feels heavy. Too heavy. Like every breath is a weight you have to lift. The chessboard on the table looks ordinary at first glance. Wooden squares, ivory and obsidian pieces. But then, you notice the pawns are moving, breathing. Each tiny figure shifts slightly, as if alive. You glance at the shadow. It takes the black side of the board without speaking. Its movements are fluid, like smoke curling around a flame. Your phone buzzes in your hand. The message says, "Win and you keep the money. Lose and you lose more than that." You swallow hard. The shadow reaches out and makes the first move, a black pawn sliding forward. You hear it. Not the sound of wood on wood, but the sound of a heart slowing down. You move your white pawn. The moment your piece touches the board, the room tilts slightly, and somewhere far away, you hear the rush of water again. The shadow smiles. It moves a knight, and a crack forms in the wall behind you. Cold wind slips through. Not a metaphorical cold, a real, freezing gust that makes your skin prickle. You realize what's happening. Every move on the board changes reality, and the shadow knows it. Your phone buzzes again. It says, "Do not think like a player. Think like the board." The words confuse you, but before you can think, the shadow moves another piece. The light in the room dims. Your hands shake. You take a deep breath. You remember something from the vault chamber. The guardian's words. The obvious choice is always a trap. You stop playing aggressively. You start making strange defensive moves. Moves that seem useless on the surface. But each one makes the cracks in the wall seal slightly. The wind slows. The floor steadies. The shadow's smile fades. It knows you've understood the game. 20 minutes pass. The room's air grows warmer. The board is now a battlefield. Half your pieces gone, half its pieces gone. Then, the shadow does something unexpected. It picks up its queen and drops it onto the floor. It shatters. You feel a jolt in your chest. Your heart skips a beat. The shadow leans closer and whispers, "Sacrifices make victory taste sweeter, but they also open doors you can't close." Your phone buzzes violently. It says, "One move to end it." You look at the board. Your white rook has a clear path. You can trap the Black King in 2 moves, but something in your gut screams, don't. You close your eyes. Instead of taking the obvious win, you move your pawn 1 square forward. The board glows faintly. The shadow freezes in place. Its head tilts, almost curious, almost respectful. Then it fades away like smoke. The chessboard dissolves into dust. Your phone buzzes one last time. It says, "You chose patience over greed. Your balance, $8 million. 2 tests remain." A door opens behind you. Golden light pours through, and the smell of fresh rain fills the air. You step forward, unaware that someone, or something, is already watching you from the next room.
The golden light pulls you in like a tide. You step through the doorway, expecting warmth, peace, safety. But the moment your foot crosses the threshold, the floor beneath you melts into black glass. The air turns sharp, metallic, and the door behind you vanishes. You are standing in an endless corridor. Mirrors stretch on both sides, floor to ceiling, reflecting you 1,000 times over. But something is wrong. Some reflections move slower than you. Some don't move at all. A soft chime echoes from nowhere. Then, a new message appears on your phone. Welcome to the illusion maze. Only one path is real. Every wrong turn costs you money or time. You take a cautious step forward. The mirrors ripple like water disturbed by a stone. In one reflection, you see yourself smiling, even though your face is blank in reality. In another, you're holding the golden envelope again, but in the reflection, it's black. A voice, smooth and calm, whispers from behind the glass, "Give it back. You don't need this money. We'll make your life easier without it." You ignore it and keep walking. The corridor splits into 3 paths. Each path is lined with mirrors showing different versions of your life. On the left, you see yourself living in a mansion surrounded by friends, but your eyes are cold. On the right, you see yourself living in a small apartment, alone, but peaceful. In the center, nothing is reflected at all, only darkness. Your heart tells you to choose the left, the mansion. Your fear tells you to choose the right, the peace. But something in your gut remembers the chess game, the guardian's words. The obvious choice is always a trap. You walk into the darkness. Instantly, the mirrors shatter. Glass falls in slow motion, but instead of hitting the ground, the shards freeze in the air, spinning around you like stars. The darkness becomes a starry sky. You are no longer walking, you are floating. Then one shard of glass stops in front of you, glowing brighter than the rest. It shows an image, your bank account. The $8 million balance flickers, then drops to $5 million. You reach for the glass, but the moment you touch it, the scene shifts again. You are now in the middle of a crowded street. Cars, people, neon signs, all moving, but none of them making a sound. The crowd parts, and a man in a black suit walks towards you. His face is blurred, as if the world refuses to show it. He stops just a foot away. This is your last chance to walk away. Hand over the balance, and you'll never be tested again.
You shake your head. His blurred face tilts slightly, and suddenly the ground beneath you turns to sand. The street dissolves. You are sinking. Your phone buzzes violently in your hand. A new message appears. Illusions only have power if you believe them. Close your eyes, walk forward. Your body screams against the idea. The heat feels real. The heat is suffocating. But you trust the message. You close your eyes. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. The heat vanishes. The sand becomes stone. The air is cool again. You open your eyes and you are standing at the center of a circular room. No mirrors, no illusions, only a single vault door in front of you. A glowing inscription reads, "Final test ahead. Balance secured, $5 million. Win this or lose everything." The vault begins to open, and a slow, cold wind slips out.
The vault door groans open, metal grinding like a giant waking from 1,000 years' sleep. The wind that escapes isn't just cold, it's heavy. It carries whispers, not in any language you know, but your bones understand them. They say your name. They say the word debt. Inside the vault, there is no pile of gold, no stacks of cash, only darkness and a single chair in the middle. Sitting in that chair is a man. No, not a man. His skin is pale as marble, his suit sharper than glass, and his eyes silver coins that spin slowly as if counting seconds. He folds his hands, leans forward and smiles, though the smile feels more like a knife. "I am the collector," he says, his voice deep and echoing without walls to bounce from. "When Heaven Bank issues a payment, it's my job to see if the recipient deserves it or not." You take a cautious step forward. The floor beneath you clicks like a chess piece being placed. The collector tilts his head. "Every step you take here costs you time, and in my world, time is worth more than money." He gestures to your phone. The screen lights up. Your bank balance, $5 million, begins ticking downward, second by second. 4,999,999, 4,999,998, 4,999,997. "We will play a game," he says. "Win, and your balance is restored, doubled. Lose, and, well, let's just say you will not remember what money feels like." The vault changes around you. The floor becomes a giant game board, black and white squares stretching into the shadows. You are standing on one side, the collector stands on the other. Between you, golden chess pieces rise from the ground, pawns, knights, bishops, but each has your face on them, and they're all looking at you with pleading eyes. "The rules are simple," the collector continues. "You move, I move, but every piece you lose takes a memory from you. Lose the queen, and your ambition dies forever." The game begins. Your first move feels easy. Push a pawn forward. But the moment you do, that pawn screams, shatters into gold dust, and your mind goes blank for a second. You forget the color of your childhood home. You try to remember, but it's gone.
The collector moves his knight. It leaps across the board, crushing one of your bishops. You feel a sharp pain in your chest. A name slips from your mind. You can't remember your best friend from school. You see, the collector says with a cold grin, money is not the only thing at stake. The gain continues. Piece after piece falls. With each loss, the vault around you flickers, showing glimpses of your life without money, without ambition, without joy. Finally, the board is nearly empty. You have only 3 pieces left, and the queen is trapped. Your hands shake. Your phone buzzes with another message. Sacrifice the queen. Trust the next move. It makes no sense. Sacrificing the queen means losing your ambition forever. But something deep inside reminds you, the obvious choice is always a trap. You move your queen forward into the collector's path. He takes it instantly and smirks. "Checkmate," he says. But then the board explodes into golden light. The collector stumbles backward, shielding his coin eyes. A voice, not his, booms through the vault. "You passed the deception test. Final round unlocked." The golden dust from the broken pieces rises into the air, spinning faster and faster until it becomes a key. The key floats toward you, warm in your hand. Engraved on it, "Door to the Treasury." The vault walls dissolve. In front of you now is a massive golden gate, light leaking through its cracks. The key in your hand pulses like a heartbeat. From behind, the collector's voice is low and dangerous. "If you open that door, you will never live the same life again."
Your fingers tighten around the golden key. It's warm. Too warm. Like it's alive, breathing, waiting for your decision. The massive golden gate before you doesn't just stand still, it trembles. Not from wind, not from footsteps, but from something inside pressing to get out. The seams glow brighter, spilling a blinding light across the vault floor. You take one slow step forward. Behind you, the collector's coin eyes spin faster, like clocks losing control. "You still have time to walk away," he warns, voice colder than the void. Once that door opens, it won't just change your life, it will rewrite it. But deep inside, you already know. Walking away is no longer an option. Heaven Bank didn't send you this far just to stop here. You lift the key toward the gate. It slides into the lock like thunder rolling in reverse. The moment the teeth of the key align, the entire vault breathes, a long, low inhale. Then silence. Your hand hesitates on the key. And then you turn it. The click echoes like a gunshot. The gate groans, shaking dust from above. But as it begins to open, you realize something. It's not opening toward you. It's opening away, as if whatever was inside has been waiting for centuries to be freed. Light floods the vault, not golden, not warm, but white, too white. So bright it cuts through your skin and rattles in your bones. You step through. The floor is gone. The walls are gone. You are standing in an endless expanse, a horizon of light stretching in every direction. And in the middle of it, a single floating ledger. It's massive. Each page is taller than you.
The cover reads only one thing: Balance Sheet of Souls. The pages turn on their own, flipping faster and faster until they stop on your name. Not your legal name, your true name. The one you've never heard spoken but somehow recognize instantly. Next to it, 2 columns: credit and debt. Credit, $11 million. Debt, a single word: truth. A voice, not the collector's, not your own, speaks all around you. To receive the $11 million, you must surrender the truth you hold most dear. Your heart pounds. What truth? The voice answers without being asked. The one that has guided every choice in your life. The one that, if lost, will make you a stranger to yourself. Suddenly, you feel a presence beside you. You turn and see you. But not you as you are now. This version of you is younger, eyes full of fire. The version that still believed without hesitation, still fought without fear. They speak, their voice trembling. If you take the money, I disappear. Your chest tightens. Your phone vibrates. You pull it out. Another message from Heaven Bank. Every treasure has a price. Decide now. 10 seconds. A countdown starts in your mind. 10, 9, 8. The younger you steps closer, holding out their hand. Please, don't forget me. 7, 6, 5. Behind them, a briefcase appears in mid-air, glowing with the weight of $11 million. Its handle is black steel, and on it is a seal, a winged coin. 4, 3. The collector's voice cuts in, closer than ever, whispering like a snake. Take it. You can always build a new truth. 2. The younger you shouts, if you take it, you'll never know why you started. 1. Your hand hovers between the glowing briefcase and the younger you's outstretched palm. The air vibrates. The light around you begins to crack like glass under pressure. 0. Everything freezes. The voice of Heaven Bank booms, shaking the world itself. Choice recorded. Consequence in motion. The light shatters completely. You are falling. No up, no down. Just spinning into darkness. And somewhere in the black, the collector laughs. Final settlement awaits.
You're falling. Endlessly. No wind, no sound, just the echo of the collector's laughter stretching into infinity. Then, a sudden stop. You land not with a crash, but with a silence so deep it feels like your heartbeat is the only sound in existence. You open your eyes. You're standing on a narrow bridge, no wider than your own shoulders. Below you, nothing but an endless pit of shadows. Above you, an empty sky without stars. Across the bridge, far in the distance, you see it. A single pedestal. And on that pedestal, the briefcase, the $11 million, the payment order from Heaven Bank itself, sealed in gold. But between you and it, figures. Dozens of them. Tall, faceless, draped in black cloth that moves even though there's no wind. They stand perfectly still, each one holding something different in their hands.
A letter, a watch, a broken photograph, a small glowing coin. The voice of Heaven Bank returns, now softer, almost like a whisper in your ear. These are the keepers. To pass, you must face each truth you abandoned and each lie you have lived. Your stomach twists. The first keeper steps forward. From beneath its cloth, a hand emerges, holding a single, crumpled envelope. Your name is written on it in handwriting you haven't seen in years. When you touch it, the bridge around you changes. Suddenly, you're standing in a kitchen. Your kitchen. Years ago. A phone is ringing. On the other end, someone you loved asking for help. You remember what you said, the excuse, the reason you didn't go. But now the memory burns. The voice whispers again. Every choice has a cost. Will you pay it now? The keeper offers you two options. Take the envelope and carry its weight forever, or drop it into the abyss below and forget the memory entirely. But the whisper warns, forget too much and you will forget yourself. You drop it. The moment it falls, the next keeper steps forward. This one holds a pocket watch, its hands frozen at 3:17. When you take it, you're pulled into another memory, standing outside in the rain, watching a door close in your face, the exact moment you gave up on something too soon. The trial repeats, keeper after keeper, memory after memory, each one taking a piece of you, or leaving behind a weight you must carry. By the time you reach the last keeper, your hands are shaking. This one doesn't hold an object. It holds a mirror. When you look inside, you don't see your reflection. You see the you from before, the younger version, but their eyes are dull now, empty, like they've been erased piece by piece. They speak without moving their lips. You are almost at the briefcase, but do you even know who you are anymore? You stepped past them, your legs trembling. The pedestal is only a few feet away now. The briefcase glows like the heart of a star. The golden seal of Heaven Bank pulses, waiting for your hand. You reach for it. The moment your fingers touch the handle, the bridge vanishes. You and the briefcase plummet into the darkness below. The last thing you hear is the voice of Heaven Bank, no longer gentle, but booming like the roar of 1,000 storms. Final verification begins now. Everything goes black.
At first, you think you've gone blind. But then, faint lights appear around you. Not stars, eyes. Dozens, hundreds, maybe thousands. All watching, all waiting. A platform rises beneath your feet, lifting you slowly into a vast cathedral-like space. The ceiling disappears into the shadows. The floor is made of glass, and beneath it you can see flashes of every moment from your life. Each memory plays like a tiny, flickering film strip. A deep, resonant hum fills the air. The voice of Heaven Bank speaks, no longer in whispers, but in a thunderous, all-consuming tone. Final verification process. Initiated. Identity confirmation. Incomplete. Integrity confirmation. Pending. Worthiness confirmation. In progress. From the darkness ahead, a massive figure steps forward. It wears golden armor etched with symbols that shift and move like living fire. Its face is hidden behind a mask shaped like an hourglass, glowing with white light. This is the Auditor. They speak without opening their mouth. You have walked the bridge of keepers.
You have faced fragments of your truth. Now you will face the sum of your existence. A giant golden scale appears to your left. On one side, the briefcase containing the $11 million payment order. On the other, a swirling mass of black smoke. The auditor raises their hand. The smoke rises higher and higher, taking shape. It becomes you, not the person you are now, but a shadow version. Every lie, every betrayal, every selfish act you've ever committed given form. It grins at you. I am the part of you that has always been here, the part that will always be here. To take the money, you must destroy me. But know this, destroy me, and you destroy yourself. The platform beneath your feet begins to shrink, forcing you closer to the shadow. You feel its presence pulling at you, tempting you. It whispers, "Without me, you would have never survived. Without me, you would have nothing." The auditor's voice booms. Decision required. Light or shadow. No other path exists. Your heart pounds. You remember every keeper, every memory, every choice. You realize something. The $11 million isn't just money. It's a transfer of power. It's a claim to a seat among those who control destiny itself. You step toward the shadow. It smiles wider, until you stop just inches away. You reach out, not to embrace it, but to pull it into yourself. Pain erupts through your body. The shadow screams as it fuses with you, burning and freezing at the same time. You fall to your knees, gasping. But when you stand, the auditor tilts their head. Integration complete. Identity confirmed. Worthiness approved. The golden scale tips. The briefcase drops onto your side with a heavy thud. It bursts open, not with cash, but with blinding light that surges into your chest. Every nerve in your body catches fire. You see cities, oceans, skies all bending to your will. You feel the power of creation itself flowing through your veins. The cathedral dissolves. You're back in your room. The same desk, the same chair. But the envelope from Heaven Bank is still there. Only now, it's open, and inside is the official payment order, stamped, sealed, and signed by something not human. Your phone lights up. Transfer complete. $11 million received. Underneath it, one final message. Your wealth will last forever, but so will the eyes watching you. You glance at your reflection in the darkened window. For a split second, you see them, 1,000 faint glowing eyes staring back from within you. And then, they vanish. The power is yours. The choice was yours. But you know, deep down, the final audit is still to come.